Once again, good day and welcome to today's review. So, we're going to be reviewing assignment 5 and 6 in the course of the class. You have been given a certain data which is found in the marketing data sheet. This is your data, and there are over 2,000 rows of data in this sheet. Over 2,000. So, you can actually use your control shift and down arrow to find out. There are 2,241 data set in this given data. So you have these questions and you're expected to use this data to answer questions. So we're going to go straight into the analysis sheet. I created a new sheet called analysis, and this is where I do all my calculation. The first question there states the age of the customers. In the age of the customer, you need to be able to find the each customer. The data has customer birth year, which is this. So you're going to use this year or today to subtract the customer birth year. First thing first, you need to pull out customer ID because we're looking for the age of each customer. So you pull that out, you have it here. You have the customer birth year as supplied by your data. Next, you do your calculation here, and then you can use today minus the customer's birth year. So whatever it gives you is the age of the customer. So you can do that for all other customers, and you can copy your formulas down. Next question is education level distribution of each customer, of the customer. So if you check your data, you will find out that there is a column called education, which is this. You can see PhD, PhD, graduate, graduate, master, graduate. So there are a lot of data that repeated itself, but you are expected to look out for each customer, what's the customer's education level. So here, what we have to do is you pull out all the education column here, and then you go down to data, clean up, remove duplicates, and then it will remove all duplicated values, and then you have your unique values here. So you can now use your count if to count the total number of customers that are graduate, PhD, second cycle, master, and then basic. So that's exactly how, so you can see the formula. Count if you pick the data and then you match it with the criteria, which is this, and it gives you a particular value. Okay, next is the marital status distribution of the customer. You revisit your data, you come to marital status, you copy everything here down to your analysis sheet. So we have it here. But first thing first, you have to copy your customer ID because we're looking for the marital status of each of the customers. So we have the customer ID, we have the distribution, the marital status, and then your distribution calculation here. There might not be need for this because we are not, it's not by customer base we are running the calculation, is by distribution. So we just need the marital status and then our calculation. So using the remove duplicate, you are able to get the unique fields here. Then you can also use the same count if to count the total number of customers that are divorced, single, married, together, and every other distribution. So this is how the marital status distribution of the customers are. And you can also plot this in a graph, and it's very simple. I can just select this tool, run down to insert, insert a chart. And Google Sheet already understands the kind of chart that this will be. So you can see I already have a histogram chart here that shows me the various distribution of each marital status. And if you want to edit the data, you can come down here to edit chart, and it opens up this dialog box, and you can pick a column chart instead. So I've changed it to a column chart, so you can see there are more married one, one, two, three, four. So we have more married persons in your data. You can see the value is also very high here. So this is how it is distributed. And then next is the household income distribution of each customer. When you hear of each customer, that means you have to pull out your customer details first. So you use the ID, customer ID, to pull out customer details, and this is customer ID. From your data, we have a customer ID in column A, so you can see all the customer IDs here. So pulling that out to your analysis sheet, we have them here. The next is how much did each customer spend. You can find out in your data under the income column. I've copied the income column. Now I've formatted my income column to currency. A lot of you left your income column as numbers. And also at this point, I have also formatted my data as currency. So you copy the income column for each customer and you drop them here. So we want to find out, because the question says that household income distribution, and I said use appropriate grouping methods. Now I have decided to use low, mid, and high income earning customers or buyers. So I want Google Sheet to check these records. If anyone is lower than a certain value, it should give it low income. If it's higher than that value, it should give it mid income. And if it's higher than the mid income, it should give it high income. But how do I identify which value to be considered as low income, mid income, and high income? There is a function in Google Sheet called the quartile. So the quartile is simply, what it simply does is it looks into your data and groups the data that is well sorted. So first thing what I did was, when I copied the income column, I sort the data according to ascending order. So you can see from the smallest down to the largest. If I use Control Shift down, you see I have the largest data down. So it's from small to large. And how do you sort your data? When you select this column alone, you can use your filter. So you can see the filter is here, and then you are able to pick, you sort A to Z or Z to A, and then it gives you what you have. But if you are sorting this, always make sure you sort it with the category so you don't miss. You sort it with the customer ID so it matches each particular customer ID. So that's that. After sorting it in ascending order, you can now come here to use your quartile function. So I'm asking the quartile to check column O from beginning to the end and put the first quarter, which is 1. 1 is your first quartile number. 2 gives you the second quartile number, as you can see here in your data. And then 3 gives you the third quartile number. And then 4 gives you the fourth quartile number. But in my case, I want to run with only 3. So I haven't identified what my three quartiles are. It's now time to tell Google Sheet, hey, look at these three numbers. If anyone is less than 35,000, write low income. If anyone is greater than 35,000 but less than 51,000, write mid income. And if anyone is greater than 51,000, write high income. So that's what this function is doing. So I said, if the values in O column is less than or equal to Q3, which is this, write low income. And if O2, the values in O2 is, now you can see the AND function because we are running these same if conditions on these three quartile, 1, 2, and 3, and 3. So the AND is very important. So if this happens, write this, and if this is greater than Q3 but less than Q4, this is Q4. Here, it should write mid income. And if this is greater than Q4, write high income. Else, leave it empty. That's why you see the blank here. And when you press that, it automatically puts low income. And when you run it down, and you can see this is lower than 35,000. When you run it down, you're going to find mid income somewhere. All these are mid income. You can see them. Mid income. And then we have high income. So you can see high income, high income. High income started from here. From here, 68 to 68,627. That's where your high income started from. And we said anything greater than this, than 51, is high income. So then we can now use the count if to count the values. So we are counting P, the number of low income, number of mid income, and number of high income. So you use your count if. You are counting P if it matches R2 or R3 or R4. In this case, we have R3, and then in this case R4. So this is how you can output the income distribution by groupings into low, mid, and high income end customers. All right. So next is location distribution of each customers. In your data, we have where each customers are buying from, which is country. So you're going to remove duplicates from here in your data. Remove duplicates. Here. And these are the unique countries. And these are those who bought from Mexico, USA, Germany. So you can use the count if function to achieve that. So when you remove duplicate, you have your unique values. You can now use count if it matches USA, count if it matches Germany, and the likes. And then the next question here is the total amount spent by each customer. So next, I'm going to pull out customer details here. So we want to know how much did this customer spend. and these are what they spent the money on. So all we simply do is add up what they spend for each of these, they bring it here. So this is a sum. We are summing from here for each customer. Here is also sum. Um, that's how you calculate that. The average amount spent on different product categories. In this case, these are the various product categories. You can find that in your data. So here are the categories: wines, fruits, meat products, fish products, sweets, gold products. So bringing all those categories out in your data, we have them here. So you can now find the average that was spent on wine, fruits. So all you simply need to do is take the average of wine. The same thing for fruits, meat, and likewise other products. And then next, in the next question, the number of purchases made through different channels. So in this case, your data already has the number of available channels. Uh, so we have one, two, three, four, and five. So these are the five different channels. So you move them to your analysis, and all you simply need to do is add up what was made by this customer in each of these channels, add up what was made by this customer in each of these channels, and then we have them here. So you are summing. It's a sum function. You sum this, you sum that. Now that's how you calculate that. And then recency of purchase. What's the most recent time that the customer purchased from the store? If you check recency, what did you see in your data dictionary? The number of days since the customer's last purchase. So it's asking you for the number of days since the customer's last purchase. And they're asking you recency of purchase. How long has it stayed since the last purchase of a customer? So first thing, you pull out the customer details, which is this. You pull out the last date he made an order, and then now the recency column is not really necessary in this case, but I just put it. And then last, your calculation, recency of purchase. There is a function called dated if. And this is the function. What it does is it picks a start date and an end date and subtract both dates to give you a value in between. So if you are not using the dated if function, you can manually do that by using today to subtract the given date. Sorry, I need to exit this. So in this function, if you are using the dated if function, you pick R4, AR4, which is this column, which is the last date the customer ordered, and then today. So it's going to use today to subtract from that date. And you're asking it to bring the day in between. If you want the month, you change it to M. M gives you the month, so this is 118 months since last purchase. If you change it to year, it gives you the total years in between. So you can calculate the age of someone using this as well. Today minus the age the person was born gives you the total years of that person. But we're looking for it in days, so we're going to leave that at D. So that's how to calculate the recency of purchase. Now, the last question here is already been answered by your data. Number of deals purchased. There's a column for that in your data, which is this. So this is the number of deals purchased by each customer. So, how many did you get right? And I'm sure you can actually do your corrections now. So, until I come your way again to review the second assignment, you can make do with this. See you in the next assignment.